Welcome everyone, this is On Just Restart, and this time we're going to be talking about the rumored Pikmin 3 Deluxe. We're going to be talking about why we think it's happening, when we think it's happening, and what exactly will be coming with this deluxe version of Pikmin 3. So before we get started, we'll talk a little bit about our social media. There is a Twitter page, a Discord community, a Twitch channel, and a Patreon page. If you're interested in any of that, please check it out. It's all linked in the description below. But with that out of the way, let's now talk about why we think Pikmin 3 Deluxe is happening. To put it simply, VentureBeat is reporting that Pikmin 3 Deluxe is happening. VentureBeat is a credible news site that people have been taking seriously. They've been reporting about things for quite some time and getting a lot of those things right. For example, the Nintendo Direct Mini that happened in March, they were right about that. So we are giving them a lot of credence lately. They've been giving us information as to what's going on with Nintendo, even though Nintendo themselves hasn't been very vocal. And one of the things that they're saying is that Pikmin 3 Deluxe will be coming really soon alongside the Mario remasters, and it will be announced in a similar way to the way we got the trailer for Paper Mario the Origami King. But even before this report by VentureBeat, Pikmin 3 has been rumored for quite some time. A lot of industry insiders have been bringing up time and time again. And even if you take the rumors out of the equation, we've been getting a lot of Wii U ports throughout the entire Switch lifecycle, and one of the last few remaining quality Wii U games that have yet to import to the Nintendo Switch is Pikmin 3. And when you consider that we're going through a pandemic right now and developers are switching over to remote development, so that's going to lead to delays for different games, and you look at the different games that have been coming out for this year, a lot of it has already been a lot of repurposed or remastered content, so it feels like a safe bet that Pikmin 3 could very well come out this year. And with this recent report by VentureBeat, it seems really likely that a Pikmin 3 Deluxe is right around the corner. But what do I mean by right around the corner? Well, as I talked about in a video I made a couple days ago talking about the different things we could be seeing really soon in terms of announcements by Nintendo, one of those things was Pikmin 3. In my opinion, Pikmin 3 Deluxe makes the most sense to come out around the August time slot for a few different reasons. One, Paper Mario is coming out in July, and maybe we could also be seeing Bravely Default 2 around that time, maybe a little bit later. But also the Mario remasters are supposedly going to be announced really soon according to VentureBeat, just like Pikmin 3, and I'm thinking that that soon time for the Mario remasters is actually going to be September, at least for when it actually comes out, because September is the actual anniversary month for Mario, and if the whole purpose of these Mario remasters is to celebrate the anniversary, September really makes a lot of sense for those games to come out then. So if the Mario remasters are going to be coming out in September, I'm thinking August is a pretty good time for Pikmin 3 to come out, right in between Paper Mario in July and maybe the Mario remasters in September. Now, it doesn't actually have to be one game per month. There could be a couple games coming out in the same month. It's happened before. We've seen months where we've seen multiple Nintendo games come out in the exact same month because they publish more than 12 games a year, so that will happen on occasion. But this time around, I'm thinking things will be spaced out a little bit more because of the whole pandemic situation. There may not be as many Nintendo games coming out. But still, I feel like August is a good time, not just because of the timing between the Mario remasters and Paper Mario, but also because August is a summertime month, and the summertime seems to be like a good period to release Pikmin 3, and the October, November, December times of the year are usually reserved for bigger games than a Wii U port, so August really feels like a pretty good bet, in my opinion, for when Pikmin 3 could be coming out. But now let's talk about how I expect them to change Pikmin 3 Deluxe and make it a deluxe version of what the original one was on Wii U. The first thing I'm expecting is for them to improve the visuals. I think they're going to take the game that was 720p and push it to 1080p, just kind of like what they did for Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U was 720p, but the deluxe version on Nintendo Switch was pushed to 1080p, and that did make a bit of a nice visual difference. I'm thinking the same will happen for Pikmin 3, and the game was already beautiful, so seeing the game in 1080p on Nintendo Switch is going to make it look that much nicer. Another thing that they did for the deluxe version of Mario Kart was that they added all of the DLC into one package. I'm thinking the exact same thing will happen for Pikmin 3 Deluxe. All of the DLC that came out back on the Wii U will be available from the get-go in Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Now, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe actually had some additional content with the battle mode. I'm not necessarily expecting that much more new content in Pikmin 3 Deluxe, but at the same time, pretty much every port or remaster we've seen on the Nintendo Switch has had some additional new content, so while I may not be expecting it, I don't think it's entirely out of the question that we could be seeing a few more additional challenges and things of that nature in Pikmin 3 Deluxe. The real major changes I'm expecting here have to do with the controls. To tell you the truth, Pikmin 3 on the Wii U was a game I did not finish, not because I didn't like it though. What held me back from beating Pikmin 3 on Wii U was the gamepad. You see, the battery in my gamepad died, and I had so many issues with my gamepad for the years I had the Wii U. I just didn't feel like replacing the battery after doing all the other fixes I did for my gamepad, so I just had it tethered by a cord to keep it on, and that became kind of a cumbersome experience playing Pikmin 3. The only way you could see the map in Pikmin 3 is by looking at the Wii U gamepad, and to me, that was just not the most ideal experience. On the Nintendo Switch, there is no gamepad, so the map is going to have to be put into a different place, something you're going to be able to access with the same screen. You're not going to be forced to look at two different screens to play through Pikmin 3. And to me, that's going to be a bit of an improvement. But on top of that, they're going to have to translate the controls to the Nintendo Switch, and I think that won't be too hard. Basically, you're just going to have to add a map button, and pretty much everything will work out just fine. However, there was another way to play Pikmin 3 on your Wii U, and that was with the Wiimote and Nunchuck. Using pointer controls actually made playing through the game a lot more fun in my opinion, because it was just easier to aim around and throw your Pikmin. While the Switch may not have a Wiimote and Nunchuck, the Switch's Joy-Cons can essentially emulate that experience by using motion controls. The motion controls on the Joy-Cons are a lot better than what we had on the Wiimote and Nunchuck, and they can make up for the lack of an IR sensor. So I'm thinking that they will adapt the Wiimote Nunchuck controls to the Joy-Cons for Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and we'll actually have some form of pointer controls to throw around your Pikmin in the Deluxe version on Nintendo Switch. One more potential change I can maybe see though is with the actual Switch Pro controller, maybe they could also map around the cursor controls to the gyroscope there, so you could also use motion controls to help yourself move around your cursor a little bit better in Pikmin 3. It would obviously be optional, but I think that might be kind of a nice way to play through the game. I would be something I would like to try out at least. I think it may be another nice alternative as opposed to just using the Joy-Cons to have the pointer controls that we got with the Wiimote and Nunchuck back on the Wii U. And that's pretty much everything I'm expecting for Pikmin 3 Deluxe. I'm betting that the game's gonna come out around sometime in August. That is my prediction, but we'll see what actually happens. But when it comes to the actual content of the game, I'm thinking that the game will go from 720p to 1080p. There will be revamped controls with different control options, and we'll be able to use the Joy-Cons to simulate the Wiimote Nunchuck controls we had back on the Wii U. And also we'll have all the DLC right there in one package, and maybe they'll add a few more little challenges there to bolster up the content a little bit more. And I think it's going to be a pretty nice package for Pikmin 3 Deluxe. That's what I think. But what do you guys think? What do you guys expect from this potential Pikmin 3 Deluxe? It may or may not happen, but I'm thinking it is real and the rumor will come true. But that's all for now, everyone. Thank you so much for listening and watching. This is On Just Restart. I'll see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.